Hello, everybody. We are back, episode 53 of the Ground Away podcast. We're 53 in. Can you believe it?
It's mad that we're that far in, Rich, isn't it?
It's not mad at all. We were
Like,
born for it.
It's mad how far we've come along, you know.
I'm very excited.
I'm very excited as well.
Because for anyone who's been following us for the last few years we've been doing this, there's been a stalker.
There has been one particular stalker that has constantly been following us and supporting us from day one. And he's here live in studio at the moment.
He's a little bit of our manager as well, isn't he? For a period.
A bit, yeah.
We kicked him
Until he
off.
got rid of him, yeah.
I do what I can. I think that the correct word for it is a what is it? A viewer who knows too much.
Yeah.
Adam, I wouldn't say manager.
It's a pleasure to have you on the show, ladies and gentlemen. Adam Logan.
Like a little brother to me, so I'm delighted to have him on.
It's a pleasure to be here. Yeah, it's I don't have a lot of interview experience and actually sitting in front of a camera, so this is like a whole different experience now. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, great. We're happy to have you. We've been looking. We've actually.
You notice the way he's looking at the camera.
I know.
This is the thing. I wasn't media trained. No one said anything to me. They just said, "Hey, Adam, come over for a chat. Let's go and talk. Let's go and talk about AI and algo and whatever you want to talk about."
Yeah.
And now I've got this lens looking me in the eyes like a dragon, and I just.
So what's new, Adam? What have you been up to?
So I've been really focusing on algo, which
Right.
is my business. It's me and my best mate Alex.
Right.
We have we have this media company together. It's all about personal branding is one side of it, and then social media handling. So this issue of me sitting in front of cameras doesn't hold well, but a lot of the stuff is actually faceless content that we do for people.
Yeah.
So we would go in and we take over the advertising of a company or of a person or someone who's trying to get on in business, and we would basically make advertisements for them. A lot of them is actually the people who make the business and have money coming in from that, pay us to go and film them and edit them and do all the bits that they don't want to do. My partner Alex is very good at.
Who are you talking to? Giddy at the end of the phone or something or what?
Oh wait, so I'm watching from every angle.
You love yourself. That's the problem with you. You love yourself. Look at us, sir, when you're someone at the end of the camera.
Forget the cameras.
Does that look really like?
Forget the cameras are here.
Does that look really unsettling? Hello. So okay, yeah.
No,
So Algo.
Yeah.
Algo.
What's it about?
Personal branding
Right.
and social media handling.
Okay.
Faceless content for the social media handling, CVs and portfolios and cover letters and stuff for the people who need them.
When did you start Algo?
Oh, Algo has its kind of roots back in. The idea was originally made as DigiReach back in October, right, or late September, early October, right. Didn't really do anything with it. It was my idea, and I didn't really have a purpose yet. I just knew I wanted to do something with digital media and helping people. And then there was a little bit of branding, and then a little bit of logo design, and then I talked to Alex, and Alex knows what he's doing.
Yeah, I've said that to me before, actually. Yeah.
Alex is a very smart man.
Alex is a fan of the show.
Yes. Yeah.
Me and Alex started watching the show whenever it first came out. We used to sit up, we used to play Xbox together, late night session. We'd sit and play some game, Call of Duty or something, and then we'd have the Ground Away podcast going in the background.
Don't mean content to go up through the roof.
We started at the same time, and then we talk about it as it's going through.
Yeah.
I remember the Lewis Capaldi thing, and when you were giving it Lewis Capaldi tickets,
that's right,
and I won them.
We were sitting. They thought it was rigged. Yeah. They still haven't gone over.
We were watching that, going, Jesus, it could be me.
Yeah, and how was you?
Oh, I was gassed to win that.
Yeah, but people went mad. People thought I paid you paid me to give them the tickets.
They went rigged.
Oh, they had it.
They went
I
bonkers.
don't listen to Lewis Capaldi. I never listened to it before in my life, and I had no interest in going. But
you won the tickets.
like 20 odd quid for them each, I think it was.
It was good. It was good. Have you a personal favourite moment from listening to it?
From the Ground Away podcast.
Jeez, that's a great question there.
That has to be one. He's listened to them all.
Yeah, my personal favourite moment was probably me winning the tickets.
I like
winning.
I know you do. You love winning. But you discussed Algo briefly there. Why no facial contact?
No, there is facial contact, but on our clients and stuff, we don't do facial contact because I don't want to be a celebrity, right? I'm coming on here to talk about AI because I love the Grounded Way and all that type of stuff, and I also love my business. and I want to market that a wee bit, and we can talk about my business. But I don't want to be an influencer. I think there's a lot of weight on being an influencer, and there's a lot of these people, they say horrible things. They're not really that horrible.
Yeah.
And then you go through, but the reason they're getting in so much stick with that is because you're an influencer, you have a responsibility to influence people.
Yeah.
You say, oh, I think this about politics, and everyone goes, okay, well, this must have some ground behind it, and you're just spitballing some stupid idea, and you have to take the blame, and you own up for your responsibility as an influencer. Your words mean something.
Yeah.
And I am not an influencer. I do not want to have that meaning behind my words.
No, true.
Because I just talk, and I don't want to have any restraints behind me talking. Doing a bit of advertising.
Well, you can talk away on here.
Well, I'm surprised I'm able to talk as freely on this, or have been able to talk as freely, because I hate cameras.
Yeah. Well, you're in the wrong place.
You were looking at them 2 minutes ago there.
It's a fascination. This is like ET to me. I've uncooked some.
It's like what?
It's like ET. I've uncooked some alien in my shed. And this thing staring down the barrel of a gun at me. I did a media day. Me and Alex and Bernie came with us.
Shout out to Barney there. Great
Sean
man.
Byrne.
They
What a
usually
man.
Oh, right, yeah.
the better one. But anyway, yeah.
Jesus, you're going to start a fight.
This is.
You want to be careful when you say
Calling
on
people
here.
age.
Yeah.
No, but he's brilliant. He helped us with this, and we filmed a video which is basically explaining what algo is and what we want to do with it. We did it in the Grange Gorman campus, TUD.
Yeah.
And it took so many takes. We were speaking into the phone as a microphone. We kept giggling and laughing and going, "Oh, take back! I don't like how I sounded on that." And
Very fussy. You're very fussy about the content you get, are you?
even
Very
the,
fussy.
I don't know if you've watched the interview that I did with Murtagh Thins.
I watched a bit of it, yeah. I'm still waiting to see the full interview, but anyway.
I hate the way my voice came out in that.
Well, you're going to have to get over that.
No, I know, but I feel like I came out in a low drone, like, "Hello, how are you? I talk about AI." You know?
Was it the echo online? Is it online?
I don't know what it was. I think my voice changes a lot depending on what I'm saying.
Interesting to see how it turns out on this.
Yeah, it'd be very interesting, actually. Yeah.
Well, you can have different, like, my accent has such a long range, right? So I'll sound like I'll have a really Wicklow accent in one sentence, and then I can have a little bit of a northern twinge in another one, and it's so broad, and it makes me feel like people are looking at me saying, "Oh, is he faking his accent, or is he saying something that's the way we speak?" And I don't like how cameras pick it up. But
Yeah.
We're going to get back into your business and all now shortly, but we usually start the show off with a rant of the week, Adam.
Yes.
Right? Now, I didn't ring you, but I sent you a lovely little voice message there before you came about having some material ready. Have you got a rant?
I do. I have my notebook. I prepped for this, right?
Oh my God.
You know what's in that.
I don't want to read straight off it and say, "Oh, this just becomes a reading with Adam." I'm no David Attenborough. But I do. My rant of the week was that people think AI is dangerous. And I want to go on and clear the air and say AI is the future. It's not dangerous. It is something brilliant. And if people get past this notion, this Terminator style way of thinking, then AI is coming for your jobs, it's coming for your house, it's coming for your well-being. There's not going to be a robot dog busting in through the window up there, taking your family hostage. It's just not going to happen. And it's really well regulated. The EU have done some brilliant work on safeguarding and making sure everything is safe as it's being brought out. The scary videos about Boston Dynamics, not sure they're all real. Even if they are real, I'm not worried about them.
Yeah. The thing you see, the reason I bring that up is I think about AI, and then the other factor I look at is the way they're able to manipulate people's faces.
Exactly, and their voices at the same
and
time.
Voices,
as well.
and there was a thing a while back where there was a scam going around where they can even make a voice sound like your mom's.
That's right.
On the phone asking for money and all.
Or your children's.
So looking at that, I would say AI is great and we have to evolve and the technology has to get better, but there are those certain parameters as well that can make it a little bit dangerous.
Yeah, definitely like dark areas there.
Like what if I put your face now onto someone else's body and had your mouth moving and all that you would talk?
And the same voice as well. It's amazing what AI is capable of doing.
But you fits as that's not too at all.
That's the only way you'll see me on a night out is if you get an AI deepfake of me going.
Change for the better, yeah.
Fair play.
What do you think of that though? There is that aspect of it, like.
Oh, 100%. It exists. I don't think it's convincing enough. And I think it can become convincing enough. but that could tie into people disbelieve in media, and I think the media is already kind of away with the fairies. And if you really,
haven't heard that in ages.
if you really focus in on the stuff that you're being fed on the internet is a culmination of lies, but it's always been a culmination of lies. You see these influencers posting these perfect pictures, and look at me, bronze abs, and you know, these lads with big inflated muscles and stuff like that in the best lighting possible. It's ridiculous, but people will understand, whether they want to or not, that most of what you see on the internet is fabricated and it is not a real depiction of what's actually in front of you.
Very true.
So hopefully, I actually really hope that takes off, so people stop believing the media and stop believing these accounts that are just perpetuating something for the sake of posting something. There's all this clickbaiting and link farming and all that type of stuff. It's gotten old, and I really can't be bothered with it anymore.
Do you use AI for your business?
Yes.
Okay.
I use AI for everything.
Right. Do you want to speak a little bit about how you use AI?
Okay, so if we're clipping up videos and stuff like that, we use Parrot.ai to take something like this, right? So I'll introduce this in the podcast if you haven't seen it already. You can get a file like this podcast, upload it to Parrot.ai, and it writes out and scripts out every single thing that has been put in through it. And you can go through and you read that and you highlight it and then you clip it. And then you go through and say, this is a good moment, I want this. It'll do the captions for you, and it'll put it on paper so you can read it. That's a big one. Really love doing that. We use ChatGPT to reformat stuff.
Okay.
So sometimes we'll get a CV, and you'll get these massive, big, stupid CVs that they're unnecessarily long.
Not relevant.
They're not. Like, some people have, like, you know, I like gardening, and they're going for a driving job, and it's like, that's not really relevant. I'm sure the employer would like to know that you do stuff in your spare time, but at the end of the day, it's an AI system that is going through and reading your CVs, and they're not going to pick up that you're going gardening, but they might pick up that you have proficiency in Microsoft Excel or Word or PowerPoint, or you have a certificate in sales authenticity.
So you could basically use AI to filter out what you have wrong on your CV.
Well, what I do as part of my business, right, is I'll take a CV, then I'll feed it into, I have a program that I pay for, and it reformats it, and then I can put that into a more visual thing, and then I reformat that again on Word. So I'll take it, I'll add bits from ATS lists. So you have ATS lists, these are words that they pick up on these AI, right? So businesses have AI that pick up words, and I understand, I've done courses to understand how these work, how these AI work, and I'm very good at picking out words and changing your CV so it's more likely to be picked up by a robot, and then I also try to beautify it.
Go on, keep going, you're going to say something there. I'm about to ask you something.
AI helps me reformat it, then I can use my brain to reformat it again. But the reformat that it does initially helps make it clear, it just makes it so much more efficient.
Right.
He did an example of my CV there.
Right, okay.
You know,
Went
so
from bronze to gold, did it?
it went from bronze to gold. Yeah. He made me sound like I was in the radio industry the last 20 years.
I didn't say that though.
But it was very good. It was very good.
People do things all the time, and they do them because they enjoy doing them, and they don't realize the relevance that they have in their CV. So all of the stuff that I'm doing with Algo will have relevance in my CV if I want to go into marketing, and my advertisements and my social media posts and stuff like that, and my understanding of SEO keywords, ATS, all that type of stuff will help me in a job in the future. And everyone's the same with that type of stuff. You know, you doing this podcast, massive experience for going onto radio. You know, I said to you one day, I said, you've got a face for radio.
You're not the first person that said that, Adam. Like, you won't be the last either. But I like to think that's a compliment. It's not really.
I don't know what way to take that.
But I mean that, like,
one more comments like that, you're out the door, and I'm like, one.
I said that, and that was supposed to be humorous, but you're very well spoken. You're very good at this, and whenever you do this in the way you speak, it all helps, and people will be able to look at this, sample your portfolio, and say, right, but this lad has experience actually speaking, and let's stick him on Today FM.
The podcast gives the experience. You know what I mean?
There you go.
And if they see the drive that you're doing something relevant to the industry, they'll like it. Like, you know what I mean?
Definitely,
they really will.
Do you think more businesses should use AI to optimize themselves?
I think all businesses should use AI, and they will all use AI.
Right.
I was in Salem there this morning, right, getting bloods done, and this person was fiddling around with all these files and stuff and getting stuff and having to print off files and stuff like this. And I said to her, I says, you know, you could just get an AI to do that. They'll reformat this, and then files are grabbing files and pushing stuff over, and then you get it in this printed date in a couple of minutes. And if you have it hooked up to your computer and it has access to all of your files, you can just ask it to do something. It's nearly like an assistant that you don't pay for.
Yeah.
And that's where people have issue.
Right.
Right? Now, while there isn't an assistant that does that, I'm sure there's clerics and stuff in medical facilities, but that's not their only job.
Right.
And the cleric it just makes their life so much easier.
Okay.
And everyone understanding this, it makes so much more efficient.
But
Everything's so much more efficient.
This couldn't take people's jobs. Is it what you're saying?
I'm sure it could take some jobs,
Right.
but it could create other jobs.
Okay.
Like you could create an entire industry out of filtering AI authenticity. You know, someone who needs to learn the call signs of what is AI generated and what isn't. I need an AI to do that.
Right.
AI makes a lot of mistakes. People need to look over AI and watch it. You know, I remember I was doing logo stuff for you a while ago.
That's
right.
I was trying to get AI to do that. That was all AI generated, and
Yeah.
then me and Alex stuck a bit of time in Canva trying to
Yeah.
do graphic design.
Yeah.
I'm not an artist
That's all right.
yet, but the images we were creating, we couldn't get to spell something properly.
Right.
You know,
Yeah. We noticed that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it said like the grounded wa or
Right.
something.
Yeah, they couldn't do it.
It just,
Yeah.
and then we had to go into Canva and fix it properly. And
Yeah.
There are some limitations towards AI then.
they
It's
are,
not
but
perfect.
hopefully they'll be hashed out in the future.
Right.
Yeah.
But you'll always need a human or someone to look over it and say, right, this is right and this isn't right.
To anyone who is a little bit reluctant to use AI in their lives, what would AI make easier for them in their day-to-day lives?
Oh, wow, it depends.
I'd have been around when I was in school. It
Do you
would have
know,
been handy for
exactly.
essays and all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do
Do you know that's how I found out about AI?
Is it?
Yeah. I was in 6th year in secondary
You
school.
should-
Like
yeah.
I was saying, like, why, like we were going essays and stuff, right? And I was just thinking to ChatGPT and say, hey, look at this,
Yeah.
right? But I don't like cheating. I don't cheat at anything.
Mm.
I don't go forward and try to find easy ways out of things. I find more efficient ways of doing things.
Mm.
And if you can do stuff in an efficient way that gets you a good result, then that's it.
Yeah.
And I was talking. I sent in an essay, did very well, and then I came back and I did a couple essays like that.
Mm.
And then I said to my English teacher one day, I was like, "So, you should understand that essay I put in there was ChatGPT."
No
Yeah.
way.
Yeah, I said that to him, and he says, "What's ChatGPT?" I should have just said, "Don't worry
Said
about it."
nothing.
Yeah.
But this was all in news at this time, right?
Right.
I wasn't snitching or giving
Yeah.
the boat away. This is
Yeah.
everyone heard of this. This guy was an absolute gentleman, but he didn't keep up to date with that type of stuff.
Right.
So I just explained to him. I says, "Just put this in here, and then it gives you out this." And he says, "Okay, well, you can't do that."
Right.
Yeah.
I said, "Well, I can."
Well, you just did.
I just
Yeah.
did. You just
Yeah,
marked it.
yeah.
I think I got
Yeah.
like 90% or something. It was a stupid essay, and I was going in to do my leaving cert soon, so I was actually more focused on where I'm going to be able to pick up marks and stuff. And my essays were not good.
Right.
My English wasn't good. So like he was wondering like about this as well. He was like, "Just this guy was like barely passing essays."
Right.
And then he just handed me in the
That's
essay.
like an A.
You
A
know?
straight away.
Yeah.
Wow.
But now there's teachers and stuff that are going back and they're trying to ban it, and they're trying.
Yeah.
The way isn't to ban it. The way is to find out a new
Way to use
way
it.
to use it.
Right.
Like in college and stuff now, people are talking about it.
Imagine having it for a thesis, like.
But
so
but it's difficult to replicate if you're sitting in an exam. Obviously.
Oh God, yeah.
So
yeah.
you're kind of, yeah, it's great, but you're also wasting your time as well.
Mm.
If you're depending on AI to get you those grades, because
It'd be handy for an odd essay though, wouldn't it? It'd be handy.
It'd
Say
be
if you were
very-
wrecked and
it'd
all,
be
you had to do
interesting.
4 or 5 essays. Just go, there's AI on that one.
But this is
Yeah.
where you can use it to build a study plan for you.
Yeah.
Right? For my leaving cert, I built a study plan out of AI.
Mm.
I got it to categorize my days, and I told it to not double up on stuff. So I was doing history study, and then I was doing a different type of study. So I was doing mathematics,
Mm.
right? So then it was not like words, numbers, done. Words, numbers, done. And it was kind of doing it in a way so it's always fresh, right?
Yeah.
So you're always doing something different, and you have the headspace to do, you know,
Yeah.
what you live.
I want to know, right, a bit more about this, because you're coming across, well, you're the same as me and Con, where you want to branch out and do something different. to be out of the norm, as I said. I don't want to go into it, but you did the norm of 9 to 5.
spoken about this many times already.
Escape the matrix.
Escape the matrix. Why algo? What's the motivation for you behind this? Why this particular business? Why now? What's the motivation? Why this particular business?
It's a very big question.
Yeah.
Why have I gone into the field I've gone into, or why do I want to do something more than...
Well, why that particular field, and are you trying... What is it you're trying to do? Are you trying to help people like in a different way, or is it something that you're trying to give back? What is it? What's the big reason?
Richard Branson says in a podcast, he says, with every business idea, you have to understand how it helps people. Because if you don't go into it trying to help people, then you're not going. It's not a feasible business idea, because there has to be need for something in the world, right? I was looking through my CV, my own CV, and I wanted to fill it up. I've been in Tesco for a little while. I've got no plans on leaving anytime soon. I'd like to take it through college, and go through college and then add stuff to CV through that. But I was looking at it just for the sake of looking at it, and there's not a lot on it. I feel like there's not enough categories on it. So what could I do to fill that? What could I do to make this more impressive? And I was looking at courses, and then I did a course in CV creation and how to make your CV look better, because I didn't know where else to look for something to do. And then I did CV writing, resume writing, and a friend of mine, Claudio Fulvio, was talking to me. We went to brunch one of the days, and he was saying to me, okay, well, you've got experience in this, you did that course, you should go and help other people fill their CVs and make a proper business out of it. So you're writing CVs for people, helping people fix a problem that you had, the gap in the market, in that you understand how to do it through your own interest, and you can make a little bit of money off it, and it's something to keep you going fulfillment wise as well, right? So I work my 9 to 5, I do my algo work, and it's pushing my career forward. I'm gaining new experience all the time.
Yeah.
You know?
How much, because you mentioned it earlier, but I want the audience to get a kind of an aspect of this. How much of the day does algo take up?
Depends on the workload. I don't stay consistent with it. Like, I don't stay to a consistent time. I stay consistent to algo, but sometimes it could take me like 2 hours, sometimes it could take me the whole day. And that could be, we have a couple CV requests, right, grand, I'll go and I'll sit down and I'll do them. And other times we have to post a reel. That's usually Alex does the reels now.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get in to help him. He's trained me on how to do it. So I'm trying to give him ideas and edit stuff in any way that I can. But it is 99% Alex does that.
Yeah.
Anything that I can do to push it forward, you know. We were doing stuff on contracts. I'm not going to get into specifics of who's doing contracts or what, right? But part of what I had to do was I had to write up a contract, and that's a very difficult thing to do, seeing as I don't come from a law background. I did business law module, so then I had to learn how to do that. And then these courses and stuff, I'm trying to upskill myself and learn new skills all the time. That takes time. LinkedIn Learning, Google Skills Shop, various different YouTube videos. Trying to teach myself how to do things I'd never done before, and it pushes me out of my comfort zone to do stuff that I never thought I would have to do before.
This must be the longest rant of the week.
We have this
rant of the week's been going on the last 20 minutes.
Is this all just rant of the week?
This must be rant of the week, because we haven't... I don't know.
Here's another rant of the week. When does rant of the week stop and the podcast starts?
I know. Rant of the week, it should be called. That's
right, let's just stop there for a second then. Rich, have you got a rant of the week?
Yes, I do.
Right, let's go.
Noisy cars.
Noisy cars.
Yeah. People revving their engines at fucking midnight, right? I love cars. Love them. Can't get a wink of sleep. Revving the cars. I don't know what. Outside our workplace, Adam knows. Revving the cars.
Is it just to show off the cars?
I don't know. I don't know what it is. Adam's probably a part of that gang out there. I don't know.
I'm not.
What do you think of it? Does it drive you mad every night?
I don't really have a comment on it. People have different hobbies and they enjoy different things.
Yeah, but revving the... I wouldn't mind going off into a field, drifting the car and all, but revving the thing, going speeding up through the town every night.
It's their hobby.
If they're revving the car, it like, I would only ever rev a car if it was like a Ferrari or something good to actually work bloody well rev about. What's the fucking point of revving a Nissan? You know what I mean?
What's wrong with Nissans? There's loads of good Nissans. Nissans are lovely cars.
Adam's driving the Polo out there, but anyway.
You know?
You have people targeting my car.
Adam's driving a nice back Polo out there for anyone who can't see.
Just got off my end plates as well.
Very good,
Say
fair
wrong,
play.
fair play.
Fair play. But Just long trying to be. Yeah, that'd be my
Revving
rant.
cars.
Yeah, it's just a small one for this week.
Right.
You know? Don't be taking Panadol every night. Don't sleep. But anyway,
Yeah, it wouldn't do you any good. I
I
don't think.
wouldn't. No,
it wouldn't.
Rant of the week, calm please.
Can you hear that? Sorry, I know you did Night Crew for a little bit. Can you hear them out in the new car park?
No,
Let's go.
no. As soon as I started nights, I think they were only around till about 10 o'clock. And they all went off.
It's gas you're talking about revving cars because I can hear every single car that's going up and down here through these mics.
Because we're basically
It's
outside.
super,
We're
like,
actually out around the garden.
dynamic, you know, we're out in
the
middle of nowhere.
Very good.
Rant of the week, even though I spoke about this briefly saying that I was off all these, I'm not paying for it, but still on Hinge. You ever be on Hinge? Dating app. Anyway, I was talking to this, just for the crack, I was talking about this girl. And it's flown great, right? It's flown great. Like, you're having a bit of crack, you're chatting away. And then suddenly it fucking just stops. And you're like, what was the point of that at all?
You were an
It'd be
option,
interesting to actually seeing as we're talking
You were
about.
an option, like
No,
many other men.
It'd be class if you could actually use AI for dating apps.
No,
Now,
no,
would
it can't.
That
No,
would be
no,
that would be interesting.
Con it wouldn't.
That's a terrible idea.
Yeah, it is a terrible idea. I
The
agree with it.
point of
Jesus.
dating.
To put yourself out there and show someone who you are as a person.
But would it be interesting if you could use
no!
it? Hang on.
No, it wouldn't
Listen,
be
hear me out. If you could use AI to actually pinpoint what it is they're looking for you to say, that would
I'm
make
sure
sense.
AI wouldn't know what a
That's
girl's thinking.
what's
That's
about
what
more
the
saying.
profile does.
Huh?
Read the profile, look at the person, what
Yeah, but
they
there's no
like.
point, Adam. You read it and then you say to them,
I'm
different
sure.
names,
Sure,
and
first
then it
case
just-
I get AI in
just-
my face and
just
everything.
ends like.
What's the point of even going inside anymore, boys? That's just AI everything.
Ah, that's ridiculous.
My
Con.
point was though that it's just absolute waste of fucking time. Online dating,
AI are
absolute
talking
dirt.
to women.
He means online dating. Well, you know,
Yeah.
you're better meeting
I'm
women
completely,
face
I'm
to face.
completely done with it.
You know that, Adam.
Yeah, I
Well,
have a
it
girlfriend.
just makes me wonder,
Yeah.
like, why do these ones get onto it and then talk to you, and then,
bored.
you know?
Bored, I'd say they're getting
What's
over their
the- what's
ex
the
and they
fucking
saw
point?
you a mile away, Con. So you can see every other man.
It's a load of shite.
You
Anyway,
know what
that's,
I do with that?
that's my rant.
Delete the
It's-
apps
It's gone.
and fucking calm down there.
It's gone.
That's what you do. Delete the
You know?
apps. Get rid of
Yeah.
them.
What
Tinder
you
them
should
all.
do is put some earplugs in your ears when you go to bed. Then you'd be grand.
Sacred is stuff.
Oh, Jesus. So, anyway, yes, AI, I wouldn't use it for that. I wouldn't use it for that.
It'd be just it'd be interesting to see what the different dynamic would be.
That's
Just for the
like
crack.
personality catfish.
No, I know that, but like just for the crack, just to see what the capabilities would be like.
Yeah, but you
You'd be
do it
laughing
for
your
the
head
crack. You do it for the crack, and then you think you're
You-
talking to Beyonce, and she's talking to you, and she's really interested.
Yeah.
She knows exactly what to say, and then you meet her, and
Just like you need to put a bag over her head.
you can't. See, this is the thing with being recorded. I can't describe someone because there's going to be someone who looks like my description. Is going to go.
Yeah.
You need, on here we say whatever we feel.
Yes.
There's no point in hiding, no point in holding back.
We'll
Just let
censor
it
all
out,
that.
Adam.
I feel like not getting shouted at in Tesco for the horrible
I
things
don't
I
want
say
to
on
go
the
down the
internet.
Tesco, for God's sake. You know?
If that's all your worries, then you've nothing to worry about.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's great, I mean, that's why I mentioned earlier, it's great to see you breaking out doing something else. Do you know what I mean? You're not one of these people that is satisfied to stay within the norm. You're trying to do something different.
Yeah.
And that's a great story, Adam
And
told.
That's why we tried to create this podcast to create a community of people who actually wanted to take risks and go after what it is they want to do in life.
Yeah.
Which you're
Yeah.
doing.
Yeah.
Really, you know.
Yeah. You saw your CV one day and you said, nah.
Right, yeah, that needs to be upgraded. That has to be upgraded.
No. And then that's how you fell into it. I'm delighted.
Every little helps, don't they say?
Yeah, yeah.
What's
it
the
really
vision for Algo?
What's the vision for
Yeah.
it?
What's your vision? What's your all big
does.
time
Me and
vision?
Con have a vision for this.
Like we know where we
Right.
want to go with the podcast, and we'll probably still go with it for a long time.
Right.
But for Algo, is there ever moments where you have the big vision, but you question yourself? The doubt comes up to the surface. You're like, "Fuck, what am I doing? Is this going to work out?" What?
The risk
what's-
you're willing to take.
Yeah, like what is it all about for you?
I wouldn't say it's a big vision now, from like my perspective. Like I don't have this crystal clear image of where I'm going to be in 5 years, but I like doing what I'm doing, and I like to do it to a high quality.
Mhm.
So continue to raise the bar in quality, to do what I want to do, to be able to have the freedom to, right, I'm going to sit down for a couple hours, I'm going to do algo work, and then I'm going to go off and enjoy my day. I'm going to go play pool, I'm going to go for dinner with my girlfriend, I'm going to go, enjoy myself.
Yeah.
But I want to be able to have a very good career in marketing and in algo, and just gonna see what I can do with myself.
It's important to keep the career running alongside. Career's important. Do you know what I mean?
Well, what do you mean with keeping the career alongside?
Like if you start getting distracted by other things, do you know what I mean? Like relationships, like just being in the norm of working, just normal general work.
Right.
But the career, you do have to think long term. Where do you want to be? What's the type of man you want
So
to
many
be?
people live the Truman Show every day.
Yeah.
They just get up, right, 9 to 4, 9 to 5. I'll go in and I'll do this.
I'm not going to name them.
There's a
but-
lot of
It
people
says
who
that-
actually do that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people. Most people do that.
Yeah.
But they're
It's not-
happy
it's-
doing
it's
this.
not
It's
talking
mad.
about, yeah, but
Yeah.
it's all about what you get fulfillment out of, right? There's this big thing where people say you have to be a millionaire, you have to have this, you have to have your yacht, your Bugattis, and all that type of crap. No, you don't. You have to do something that you want to do.
Yeah.
You have to be able to get up every morning and
Yes,
say,
exactly.
I want to do this,
Yeah.
with a
In the
smile on your
freezing
face.
cold
Yeah.
weather.
Like, if what you want to do is work on a building site, if it's to work in a diner,
Yeah.
if you want to talk to people every day, if you want to be a singer, a comedian, if you want to run a social media company, and you're happy doing that, do it. And get in and do it well. And when you do something well, you feel so much happier.
That's true.
I wake up every day going, I've got this, and this to do, right? And I usually, after I got my headspace cleared, my bed is done, what's it called?
Mate.
Sorry, when I make my bed in the morning, I have my list to do, and I go, right, I want to do that. I'm going to go and do this, and I want the rewards out of this. And there's obviously going to be times with the stuff that you don't want to do.
Yeah.
And you wake up some mornings and you go, I just don't want to do this.
Right.
But you do it anyway and you feel so much better afterwards.
I find it's better to have a structure or a notepad writing down what has to happen.
In
Say
your day.
tomorrow or whatever, and have the specific tasks down.
Do you write specific tasks?
Yeah, I've started to do it again.
Right.
Because then when I wake up, first thing I'm looking at is that notepad going, right, these all need to be done today.
I'll do you one better. I have a whiteboard.
Fuck yeah. Unfortunately.
I have
Of course he has.
Of
marker,
course
I
he
bet
has.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
have
knew
several
that.
markers. Sometimes
Yeah.
I switch it up. If I want something
Yeah.
fresh, I'll switch markers, you know?
Blue, black, red, and green.
I have it up. I do every day, right? So I'll do Sunday to Monday. I write it all out. This is what I'm going to do. If I'm going to meet someone, I'm meeting them at this time. I've had this podcast on it.
If we all had your money, Adam, we'd be grand.
See, the amount of money I save by not drinking is crazy.
What are you, Adam? 21?
20. Just
20.
Jesus,
Great,
it's
great.
only 20, isn't
Great
it?
mindset to have.
Great
Won't say
mindset.
that. We had more young people like you.
Get it from my father.
Get it from my father.
There you go.
What's your father's influence like on you?
As a person,
Yeah, as a person.
he's my inspiration. I idolize my father in a lot of ways, and I want to be like him. Small things that he doesn't say, phrases, you know, I don't try to copy him, but I try to look at what he does and how can I do it better, and that's just kind of the standard way that people look at fathers, really.
Yeah.
Him and my mother as well. It's not just my father that has this impact on me. You know, my mother has been this extremely organized, wonderful person to aspire to. Every time there's something that I don't really understand with Excel, right? Excel is a really difficult one. Word, she's really good at computers and that type of stuff. And I can go to her and say, okay, well, I've got a little problem here. Okay, well, I'll show you how to do that. You know, she's brilliant at teaching me that type of stuff. And her organization, the way she has all these things up and done, the whiteboard was her idea, you know?
Nice.
And she helps me with organization and how to be ready to put my best foot forward. And then my dad has had a wonderful career, and he gives me something to look forward to.
Yeah.
The two of them give me something to look forward to.
Very good.
Nice. Apart from your parents, is there a business person that you look up to?
Claudio Fulvio.
Yeah.
What a man.
Yeah.
A lot of people around the town know him. Absolute gentleman.
Right.
I sit down with him, talk to him about business type of stuff. He has different. He's a conglomerate of different things, businesses. He has his finger in every pot, and he is really intelligent. And the insight that he brings to these things is massive.
Right.
You know,
Okay.
I wonder, are you looking for like a celebrity person?
No,
Or are you
I was
looking
just
for-
I'm like I know there's many out there, so I was just wondering if there was someone like Gary Vee that you might look up to, or you mentioned Richard Branson and all these international these famous business guys. You know? I just thought maybe there was one.
Alan Sugar is a good one as well.
Alan Sugar?
As a Tottenham Hotspur fan.
Who?
Tottenham Hotspur.
Oh yeah,
The football team.
Harding.
Yeah.
As a Spurs fan, you know, a big fan of Alan Sugar. I read Alan Sugar's autobiography.
Yeah.
I read that a long time ago. It was a brilliant book.
Right.
I like Richard Branson.
Yeah.
What does the typical day for Adam Logan look like?
You asked the same question to Amy Wall.
I asked the same question of everybody.
I asked everyone the same question.
I
during
watched
the
the
horse
Amy Wall
question.
podcast on the
Love
way up.
to know.
It's fresh in my mind.
Yeah.
Well, no 2 days are the same really, and that helps with fulfillment.
Right.
Because it's always fresh. I understand what I'm going to do the day before, and I go and do it.
Okay.
I get up, I make my bed, eat my breakfast, and then step one begins. See, the thing with working 2 different types of jobs, right? So I'm working in Tesco, and then I'm working on Algo. Algo takes a creative mind. I have to think of solutions. I have to, it's not as simple as just box from here, box go there, box from here, box go there, right? So I would prefer to do my Algo stuff in the morning, where my creative mind is most active, and then my Tesco stuff in the evening.
Okay.
Doesn't always work like that. Sometimes I'm in the morning.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is. But it's still good to rearrange my day and plan for that, right? So if I come home from Tesco, chances are I'm tired. I don't have the headspace to go and sit down and do CVs, something that takes a lot of thinking, and I'll organise around that. So that's why I plan my week out. So if I'm in Tesco in the morning, then I'm doing something that doesn't take as much thinking in the evening. If I'm doing Tesco in the evening, I could do stuff that takes more creative thought in the morning.
Right.
It's been tough. Like I remember
when I was editing this and all, and you'd be coming in from Tesco and all at 10 at night, and you're just like, oh,
Yes, I know.
you're just
Yeah,
absolutely
Yeah.
zonked. You
Yeah,
just
I
can't.
know exactly how it is.
Yeah. Thanks, Tesco.
Yeah.
It's
Anyway,
it is a lovely place to work.
the
And
people are great, and they really are.
the people are great,
Yeah.
and the systems and stuff that have been put in place for it is brilliant. I think it's a good place to work, especially for someone in our position where we're working towards something else.
Yeah, true.
It gives you a good platform to grow from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would it take for you to actually leave Tesco and just do your side hustle full time?
I just have to put
That's
that
a
in.
tough
Go
question.
ahead.
That's a trick question.
Is there like a stage where you have to get personally before you can say, okay, right, I'm making this amount of money. Good luck, Tesco.
I haven't thought about metrics like that.
Right.
As far as I go at the minute, it's really kind of one foot in front of the other. I plan my weeks out, and whenever the future comes, the future comes.
Okay.
I'm prepared for almost anything.
That drive you mad if you were if you had a certain target of money you wanted to reach, and then if you never reach it, or if you don't or if it's not coming around as early as what you thought, that drives somebody mad. You're best just to keep the side business going, trog along in Tesco, have good crack in Tesco, which it is. I'm not going to be negative about Tesco. It's great. I met Adam Logan.
You're not going to be negative about it.
It's not going to be negative about it, but
You do meet some fantastic people.
yeah, there is. And what I like about it, and you're going to know this as well, is that a person could come into you in the Happy Pear or in Tesco and really brighten up your day.
Oh yeah, there's many
Do you know
people.
what I mean?
There's many people that you meet through your day job or whatever,
Yeah.
which is great. And you meet so many different friends. I've made so many friends over the last 3 years while I've been in Happy Pear,
Yeah.
and we've had so many guests on the show from
From
actual
there.
customers coming into Happy
Yeah,
Pear and
yeah.
then coming on,
Yeah.
which is fantastic.
Yeah. Thanks, you all.
Yeah.
You're great. But no, it's very, very community spirited.
And you also have the goal of getting the 2 lads out of the Happy Pair on here.
Ah yeah, well like
I've been at con to do that.
in
yeah,
time.
yeah.
In time we will.
If
I'm
they're
sure.
listening, lads,
The lads
come
are
on,
very busy.
You know,
They're very busy, but yeah. Once we get to a stage, I'd say
yeah,
Steve, I'll come on. Really.
yeah. And then we'll make them a cup of tea here and all. It'd be great.
Yeah. I'd say they bring their own tea. In fairness.
Probably, yeah.
You know, but,
You don't like your tea, do you? Jesus.
oh,
Stop.
gas.
But,
But it's great to sit down with someone who's actually has their own side business going at the moment. I think a lot younger people or people your age should take a leaf out of your book, and great if they could think the same way. A lot of them are addicted to their phones.
Yeah.
You see them going around with their phones in crowds, just looking at their phones, and
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
That stuff, that doom scrolling habit.
Yeah.
I find it really, really interesting. I'm guilty of it myself.
Right.
Yeah, we all
like
are.
you
Me too,
really
we all
do
are.
just get stuck in.
yeah,
But one of the things I do for my business is SEO management.
Right.
And the social media side of stuff is we would manage the SEO values of a an Instagram page, right?
Yeah.
So we take over Instagram pages and we do the faceless content and all that, right? But there's a really intricate system. It's called SEO, or search engine optimization, right?
Yeah.
And every account is given SEO values, and you know, you learn yourself how to, or you don't learn yourself, you pay someone like me to do it,
Right. Okay.
to go through and boost your SEO values and
Right.
make your content reach more people. SEO doesn't always equal more followers, but that doom scrolling habit you're talking about,
Yeah.
you will see more pages with high SEO on that, right? One of the things that SEO is really affected is you see these meme pages, right? I want you to look next time you're scrolling at a meme page, look at the caption on it, right? They have stupid captions like, here's the information on the Mercedes-Benz G, like, whatever, right? And it's just a massive big thing about the Mercedes-Benz or something, right? Nothing to do with the post. The post is some random lad jumping off a cliff or something, right? SEO. You have SEO words in there, certain words that are written in this that are getting it onto your feed, right? And we understand what those words are and how to type them in and all this type of stuff. But you know, you just write a big body of text and you have these words in it, and then it'll get it put on people's feeds. Really interesting how it works.
Yeah. Buzzwords, basically.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you would put those words onto a website that you would want someone to actually come across on. Like, say you're searching podcasts on Google, you'll put, like, if we have our own podcast, we'd want someone who listens to, like, relationships or whatever. You type in relationships, if they're searching relationships, it'll come up on the Google search.
Yeah.
That's generally how it works, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. There's
Higher on
little bit, yeah.
it.
There's a few more tricks to that. It's a little bit more complex than that.
Yeah.
Boosting SEO
But
is. But also, it goes into other things. It's not as simple as that, but that is a lot of it.
Right.
The most basic terms.
Does part of you feel like, because you're so focused now on this business, have you ever kind of said to yourself, or has there ever been any doubt that you said, yeah, I'm still a young man, I still kind of want to go out and have fun, kind of go off on adventures, you know, you kind of want to live your youth, or does part of you go, nah, I'm focused on this, I want to be successful at this?
Remember we were talking about that Irish drinking culture?
You're right.
I still do all that. I
Yeah.
still have fun. I still talk, like, I go out with my friends, I do stuff all the time.
Yeah.
I like going out to play golf in Bray sometime next week. You know, I do stuff all the time.
Yeah.
And I do live my youth. I just don't live it with a couple of Jaeger bombs. that
Yeah.
You know?
True.
And there's people who want to do that and let them do that. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just it costs a lot of money. I don't have a lot of money to go and do something like that.
Yeah.
Live within your means. It's always the thing, you know.
Right. Okay.
I get the same type of fulfillment from going to play pool. It's like 20 quid for like 2 or 3 hours of pool. Me and one of my mates go down, and I'd love to do that.
Yeah.
And that's my fulfillment. That's my social talking to people.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
We're going bowling on Friday, aren't we?
Yeah, I'm working till 10, unfortunately, but I'm gonna come
Maybe
out
you're going
afterwards.
bowling, are you?
All the Tesco crew are going bowling. Gilly hasn't stopped talking about it.
Jesus.
Apparently he's going to get a load of strikes there, he was saying earlier. So if you're listening, Gilly, which you don't because you're not listening to it, but
Does
he
he
said
not
you're going to
listen
get
to
it.
Surely Gilly does.
Huh?
Gilly will
You
listen
know
to this
Gilly,
one.
he's probably
Gilly will listen to this
at
one.
home playing the
Tell you.
PlayStation, listening to it outside in the background, pissing himself laughing. But I'll join you afterwards. I probably won't drink.
That's alright. That's
Yeah,
allowed.
That's alright, it's alright.
We'll be the Desi drivers.
Yeah, apple spritz. Diet soda or something. But
I want to ask you, what do you think is the one main thing that holds people back from chasing their dreams in life?
Fear of embarrassment.
Really?
Thinking that people are looking at them and laughing at them.
Right.
And there is going to be people sitting laughing at you.
Yeah.
Like, I can absolutely guarantee that there's people who are sitting at home going, he's a no. Like, what is he
Right.
doing? What does he think? Why does he think he needs to put this on the internet? Like, people think they're going to listen to him, right? I struggle with that a little bit as part of me being camera shy and all that stuff. And I'll sit and talk away, but I'll talk away about stuff that I've done research on and that I know about. Like, if you ask me a question about something that I don't understand or don't know about, I'll literally just say, look, lads, I don't know anything about that.
Yeah.
Ask somebody else.
Right.
But this is like, I know for a fact that there's people sitting maybe in a group around a phone and going, he looks like a tart, or, you know, why would you listen to this lad?
Yeah.
Or I could do a CV better than his at
Right.
home, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That type of stuff. Just do it.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the day, they're sitting laughing at you on the phone and you're going and doing something.
Doomed if you do, doomed if you don't.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? You're gonna lose.
Because those same people will be laughing at you for doing nothing.
Yeah.
So it's a
Yeah.
fear of judgment, is what you're saying. People.
I think a lot
Wow.
of people. I had a little bit of a fear of judgment
Right.
doing it, and I'm still not completely over it. But I think now I'm just happy to go and do what I want to do, and I have my goals, and I want to reach them, and this is the best way to reach them.
Right.
Right. So, in this, I don't know if you could say it's like we're both gaining something from this, right? I'm able to talk, and there's listeners to the Grind Away podcast that maybe don't know what I do, that hopefully they can learn what I do through
Right.
me explaining this, and that'll drive sales and it's marketing for me.
Mm.
We could also clip this, do clips, and we'll post clips ourselves, and we'll send them to you that we can use,
Yeah.
and that's more advertising, that's more content and stuff like that, and that benefits us. And then benefits you that you have, you know, someone to talk to.
The Ground Away sponsored by Alga. For God's sake.
You're pretty confident, Adam. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
To anyone who's out there listening, and I know there's a lot of people out there that listen to us. Someone who's not as confident as you, and they want to chase their goal, they want to chase their dream. What's the one piece of advice you'd give them?
Well, I don't. Whenever you say someone's confident, it doesn't have to be an innate personality trait.
Right.
You know, confidence is like everything. You practice is something you get better.
Yeah.
You know, I tried to be confident, and I would go out and I would say stuff, and I would, you know, talk to people. I'd get embarrassed. I spent a lot of time being embarrassed.
Right.
That night that you were referring to earlier, obscenely embarrassing.
That's why I brought it up.
Yeah, it make me red in the face. But I'm glad I went out and did that.
Yeah.
And did stuff like that, and I put myself in embarrassing situations.
Because now you know.
Well, now I know not.
Yeah.
Well, now I know not to do
Yeah.
stuff like talking, being too loud, being obnoxious, and that type of stuff. No, not to do
You
that.
said it, not me, Adam.
I know. But now you know not to do that type of stuff, and you learn from your mistakes. And you
Yeah.
get a little bit better every day.
You have to make
Yeah.
mistakes.
You have to make mistakes to grow.
Yeah.
I made a lot of mistakes,
Right.
but I've grown a lot because of it.
We've made many mistakes on this
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah. And in life.
And I think the one mistake we made recently was the very first episode of the new Grand Away podcast.
I don't even want to discuss it yet.
No, that was a very big mistake.
Oh,
for
that
us,
was
I think.
terrible. I don't want to talk about
I'm
it.
sure you know what we're talking about. Yeah, I'm not
Yeah,
even going to mention it.
You're no
Right.
evil, speak no evil.
It's only
I don't
by
want to hear it.
it's only by
I don't want to hear it.
it's only by making mistakes that you learn, and then you grow and you develop.
Yeah.
That's why people value experience so
Yeah.
much more than certifications.
Right.
You know, someone who can go and do it wrong and then learn how to do it right
Right.
is so much more valuable than somebody who says that they can do it or has a certificate behind them that says they can do it.
Right.
Yeah.
I would value experience over certifications. But you need to do the certifications to get in.
If some person came along and gave you 10 million, would you give up Algon? Would you sell it to them for 10 million?
That's a tough one.
There has
It's
to be
hard to know.
an
isn't
exit
it?
plan in it, you know? There has to be...
you
a
can't
flat
just-
question like that isn't... Yes, I would. I would take 10 million right now and I would go and do something else.
Yeah.
But if they were going to take Alex and they said, right, Adam, you get out of here for 10 million, but we're taking Alex with us, I wouldn't do it.
Right. Okay.
You know? And that he was under contract with them and he couldn't work with me.
Yeah.
There's always going to be... Like, if Algo failed tomorrow, I would go and do something else.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
But it's the opportunity to grow and continue growing that would help me just go and push on and do something else. You know?
Very good.
You know?
Very good.
Obviously, your parents are a big influence. Do you think it's important for young people to have supportive parents in order for them to achieve what they want in life?
I definitely think it's helpful, but
Yeah.
it doesn't. If you don't have a supportive background to it, doesn't mean you're not gonna
Right.
succeed. You
Yeah.
know, I know people. One person in particular who has done extremely well without that supportive structure, and they are one of the most admirable people I know, and I really do admire them. And
It'll drive you on to
Drive you
succeed
on to-
more, actually.
like having a disadvantage at the start of your life.
Right.
Spurges some people to be better, and
Yeah.
then they can turn around and say, I didn't have what you had, but I did better than you.
Right.
What does that make about you?
Yeah.
I don't like to take it in a bitter way or like say anything negatively. Like, I take it as someone, I have all the advantages that I needed. Like the base level, I'm average by every means necessary. You know,
Right.
I haven't been disadvantaged in any way, shape, form, or fashion.
Right.
But I have wanted to do well because I want to reap the rewards of that.
Right.
You know, and then some people who don't have these advantages. I want to be.
We'll all be out on a yacht in Monaco in 20, 30 years time.
We are running out of time.
No, we're not, because we have to do the 3 will set you free.
That's right.
And actually,
Make time.
let's get Adam in onto the Lulu stuff as well. She gave us questions, boy. I'd be interested to hear what Adam has to say on it.
Very
as well.
interesting.
That's the last guest we had on.
I was going to say I haven't watched that. I thought I'd have more time today. I was going to watch Amy Wall, and then I was going to watch.
That's fair. You have to listen to that as well.
I will listen to it.
On the car journey back.
A car journey back.
Right. And you have to send me a video. Right.
So yeah, right, and you've got questions, have you?
I have
Oh,
on,
you have them
I
on
have on
laptop?
WhatsApp, yeah. Let me
Oh,
log in
very
here,
good.
hang on.
Very good.
Because they're
I
on
hate
the
these
phone.
questions
They're on the
'cause they're very
phone.
deep. You never answer them. For God's sake.
Talk amongst
never stops
yourselves
with
there,
the-
lads, yeah.
She never stops with the questions, but hey, are you still nervous of the camera actually while it's going?
It's watching me.
You were looking at that earlier on. Don't give me all that. You were looking at it earlier.
Right, one
you,
question I can
You
remember.
would lie
because
with yourself.
No,
they're on the phone, you see.
Right.
Okay, if you could choose one animal to be, what would you be and why?
The lion. That's an easy one.
Probably gonna take this. Like I'm gonna get like real situational with this. Probably some form of bird. I'd like to fly.
Yeah.
Like
Like an
something
eagle.
that lives long, but can fly.
Right.
I don't know. Give me a crow.
Crow? I don't think a crow would last that long.
no. That's just the first part I could think of.
Yeah.
Yeah. Head.
Yeah.
What about you, Rich?
A lion.
A
You
lion?
see the women around the line? How would they go and pack them? Oh, jeez, yeah, lion. King of the jungle, yeah. Big ferocious, you know, no one goes near him, no one bothers him. Brave, you know, about an animal who lives in the ocean. You know, it's their
Well,
kind of life.
if I would choose a great white.
Would you?
Yeah.
Everyone be running away from you.
That's why I choose it.
Yeah, true. Oh no, it's Connor the Great White coming along.
What's the one thing that you would change about yourself and why?
Procrastination.
Okay.
Actually, procrastination doesn't really affect me as much anymore because I structure myself and I've gone to great lengths to kind of cut out my procrastination and I've done really well out of that. Become much more organised and my days are much more structured. Procrastination is my go-to idea with that because over secondary school I really struggled with that. But study, I was like, oh, I'll just study later. Later.
Yeah.
I get in from
I think
school.
that was all of us.
Yeah.
You get in for school, I just want to sit for an hour. Oh, no, I need to go eat my dinner. You sit for an hour, and then you eat your dinner, and you eat your dinner for 2 hours.
Yeah.
And then you suddenly have to go to the toilet. And then you have to go get a
Watch
glass of
any day.
water. And then, but there's something nice on the TV.
Yeah.
And it's 9 o'clock before you're sitting down.
Yeah.
You just don't have the energy to do it.
You spend all your energy doing other stuff.
And I always find when you get the work done, you're like, geez, that didn't take that long at all.
No.
Could have got done earlier, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Typical.
Why do we procrastinate?
It's a human mind. Isn't it?
It's a very human trait.
We don't want to do the we don't want to do the boring, dull things to sit down and just, you know, study.
Right.
We like to be active. We like to, you know,
Yeah.
we want to be doing stuff that we enjoy.
Yeah.
You know.
Is there a place in the world right now where you'd love to travel but haven't been yet?
Love to go to Asia. A lot of Asia. I'd
Love to do
This
Asia.
man has been to Thailand.
Yes.
Recently,
Oh,
yeah.
Heard lots of it this time. Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, Asia's brilliant.
Love to do Indochina, Japan. I'd like to do China itself.
Okay.
All that type of stuff because it's a massive big hub for all this tech, new tech and stuff going into the world. Like people go to Japan and stuff like Jesus, these lads are like 10, 15 years into the future, you know, and I think that's brilliant and I really want to understand how people work with this technology and day-to-day life, talk to people about that type of stuff. I'd love to do that. Another place I'd like to go just for a holiday is Italy.
Oh, beautiful there.
See
Yeah.
Italy. Like my friend Claudio is from Sicily. And brilliant. Looks brilliant. He shows me all
Italy's
this stuff from
It's
Palmero and
gorgeous.
all. It is brilliant.
Yeah, the food, the wine, it's class.
Mm.
Have you any questions you'd like to ask Richie or I?
I would like Rishi.
What do you think?
Here we go.
What do you think is going to happen to remote workers with the AI?
Remote workers with
Remote
AI.
People working from home. Do you think they're going to be let off the lead and just do whatever they want and they're going to become lazy because of it? Or do you think it's going to help people? Because I know I explained about efficiency and all this.
Yeah.
I think it's going to help people.
I think in the long run it would help people.
Mhm.
There is a slight danger that they would get lazy.
Right.
thinking
yes.
that
Yeah.
oh well, here's this thing that can do whatever. But I think, as I said earlier, you need to embrace it, and I think people will embrace it. And there are, I would say, the benefits outweigh the negatives of AI. They really do. I think it really will benefit, and it might help people. It might help people work from home and enjoy it more, and just have more time in the day. Do you know what I mean? I envy people that work from home. I really do. I envy them. All my family work from home.
Do you think you say when people getting lazy, attention spans are starting to diminish? This is like kind of a. I was trying to find statistics on this earlier.
Yeah, but
I
look
just
at
didn't
TikTok.
know how to quantify it. Yeah, you can say that. But
The attention rate's gone down over the years.
Yeah, but how do you put on a graph?
How would you put on a graph?
Yeah, this is from a business point of view. You're trying to put everything on a graph. You're trying to look at stuff analytically and say, right, well, this is up 20%, this is down.
I don't know. Put down a diagram. Put TV. Put radio. And put down
put social
media. YouTube, TikTok. No, Instagram Reels, TikTok.
Yeah.
just
TikTok.
Just because people are viewing something on Instagram Reels and TikTok doesn't mean they don't have the attention span. I'm playing devil's advocate here. I do think people's attention span has been shrunk.
Yeah.
I don't know enough about it. I'm gonna have to study it more.
Yeah.
But it could be
It's
something
too
very
convenient,
interesting.
Adam. There's
Yeah.
too much on the phone now.
I'm talking about something chemically in your brain.
Yeah.
They're bored. If think about it, if you're on TikTok, right, and you're going there, nothing there, nothing there, nothing there. Go over to Insta now. Do you know what I mean? There's so much.
It's the feeling of it. What's the chemical? Endorphins.
And
Fake fake dopamine.
Yeah, and they want to be connected. But I think the human race has lost connection badly.
Yeah.
And our connection now is with the phone, and we're so longing deep down to make a connection, a human connection, through the device.
Yeah.
Mr. Yep wanted the text birds off AI earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you heard Connor there earlier wanting to use AI. Con, right there, he's an example. Con's an example. He's getting fed up of the connection on Tinder and
it's shite.
right.
No,
but that's
shite.
not your fault.
No, it's not
That's
the
a
it's
human-
not the connection. It's you're talking to someone, which is going to go for like maybe a few minutes, right? And
Yeah.
they're being genuine.
Yeah.
You know, like, and then they're just dead.
But it's
And
similar
you're
to
like, what?
TikTok.
Why
Con.
did I waste time talking to that person?
But that's similar to TikTok and Insta now. You're just talking to a man now on the other side of the phone. You're going, TikTok now. Insta. I might send him a message. I'll go back on now Tinder and no, actually I won't. I'll swipe again. That's what it is. Like
it's all phone. I'd
Yeah.
say people 10 or 20 years had better
the
attention
phone
span,
destroyed
better
connection.
IQ level as well. Before all this shite with
The
social
phone
media.
destroyed connections. It destroyed them. Sure, I should know. On a personal aspect, I'd be on my phone longing for a connection as well, seeing what people are doing in their lives, because I feel there's an isolation
Right.
from everybody.
Yeah, there is.
From a human, this is a great connection here. You
Yeah.
wouldn't feel isolated here. Now,
No.
just three lads having.
Having the crack.
And I know it actually would be frowned upon nowadays what we're doing, just sitting here face to face.
I wouldn't say frowned upon.
No, but people look at you now going, look at the three lads are just doing a normal face-to-face.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I wouldn't say I'd be
It's a-
frowned upon at all, mate. But
Well, they love their phones.
they love their phones, but it's just about doing something that you want to do. You know? At the end of the day, you pick stuff that you want to do, and you do what you want to do, and you don't do what you don't want to do.
Yeah.
You know? There's stuff that you have to do. You might not want to do it, but you really do because you want
Yeah.
a reward out of it.
Yeah.
You know? And this is a rewarding experience in itself. Going
Yeah,
and
yeah.
actually sitting to people. You know, you take the cameras out of here. Hey, that
What
thing
cameras? What
looks-
are you on about?
Yeah, no cameras. That thing's staring me in the eyes.
It's a
Well, obviously it is.
It's an AI camera.
Yeah.
I lost my train of thought there. At the end of the day, you're sitting here talking to people's human connection. It's very
Yeah.
important.
It is important.
For dopamine and for we're all having right laughs here now, aren't we?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why we do it.
Yeah.
That's why we do the podcast. I had a few questions for Adam, but they're very. They'd be very. Like, we have to answer them truthfully.
Just ask.
Would you ever make a long-term investment in this podcast, Adam? Would you ever say to yourself, "Come on board," and then manage to say in the future or something? Do you see a prospect in it?
In all honesty, now.
Open to all business opportunities.
If
Vote for Adam Logan #1.
If the opportunities
You
are
should join
there-
Fine Gael.
Don't talk politics. I don't
Yeah.
do politics.
Yeah.
You're so right there, Rich.
Look, if the right offer was to come onto my table, I would talk to you about it.
Yeah.
You know?
You sound like a footballer.
No media training.
Sign
Yeah.
on the dotted line.
Yeah.
You wouldn't shut it out anyway.
I wouldn't say no.
He's basically on the
right away.
fence. He's going,
Yeah,
I wonder when the
he's not
lads,
saying yes, he's not saying no.
Talk
if
to-
the lads get bigger, I'll go, actually,
Talk to me about this.
I've this to offer. You know what I mean?
Off camera, and then we can talk
Yeah.
about something.
Yeah.
Right, and I'll happily listen.
I've
to
another one for you.
Do you miss Nathan Byrne off the podcast?
I was going to ask that earlier, but I
Every
thought I
day.
wouldn't.
Every day.
Every-
Was he your favourite out of the three of us?
Oh, lads! Like,
He
come
won't-
on, man. he brought the
You would love
humor,
all that corny
the
shit, wouldn't you?
intelligence,
Yeah.
the
Right,
thought-provoking conversation.
Brought the head of hair and everything.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it all depends. Like,
It depends.
You know,
should have got
it all
him written on the
depends.
t-shirt.
It all
I mean,
depends, Adam.
We like Nathan. We like Nathan.
Like, it all depends.
Yeah, yeah.
Nathan's doing very well for himself.
He
I
is.
really.
He's doing good.
He's doing great. It's great to see.
He is a brilliant man.
I
He is.
love Nathan.
And
I
actually,
really-
Nathan was a man that, and I've said this to Con, he felt like a man who was stuck at one stage
Mhm.
in the norm. And then I don't know what happened. It's like something clicked in his head and he said, time to get better.
But you know how you were saying about being stuck in the 9 to 5 and
Yeah.
growing and that
Yeah.
sort of thing. Like, I think Nathan is growing within the 9 to 5. Get
Yeah.
me? Like, I think he's still pushing forward and making headway and doing very well out
Yeah.
of the 9 to 5. And he
Yeah,
works
he's an example of someone that can make the norm work
Yeah.
Right, okay.
positively.
Yeah.
He works really hard. He's
Yeah.
really intelligent, and he puts his foot in the right direction. And I think he'll do well out of that.
You couldn't listen to him, though, could you?
Oh, it depends.
Adam, like,
It's
no,
not
no,
really swinging where
Right?
you are, like, you know.
You
it
ever see him
depends.
marching down the hallway towards you? No, it's fucking, you couldn't take it serious.
Why?
But,
What does he say to me?
he doesn't say anything to me because he knows better not to say anything to me, but team leader, like.
You know what I mean? But no, he is. He's
But
doing
look,
very well.
He's very good at leading people, I think.
He is.
It's the end of his days on the ground away.
No, the offer's open. We haven't shut
So,
no door
let's
on
just
him.
say
or
that.
anything.
Yeah.
The ball's
The
in his
door is
court.
always
I'll
open.
I'll do your answer, Adam. The ball's in his court.
Yeah.
We're willing
Exactly.
to chat.
The right
Right
offer on
congrats.
my desk, and we'll have
Yeah.
have a
If he
discussion.
comes with new ideas and new options, we're willing to listen.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know? What a great episode.
What's one last thing you'd like to share with the audience?
One last thing is,
Thanks
do
for having
you
me.
need a CV, resume? Come to algo.m.s on Instagram, TikTok, or Facebook.
We also have a Twitter account. Follow us and buy stuff from us.
Yeah, so on that, so we're going to promote you now, Adam. This is the whole reason why you came on.
What's the website? Algo.com?
No, we don't have a website at the minute.
Okay.
Instagram's our main platform.
Yeah.
Twitter's doing very well. Facebook is a mess. But
Yeah, Facebook's
it-
bad.
I don't really like it. But I think it could be very good for us. I'm getting them to try and make it better. We have a Facebook account. I was talking to people and they were searching up but I couldn't find it.
Yeah.
It's algo.m.s on everything.
Yeah.
I,
Are you using
Uh,
TikTok?
we are on TikTok.
Yeah.
We have not posted on TikTok yet. I think
Right,
we have
okay.
one follower on TikTok.
Yeah,
but
I
it
think
does
it's,
exist.
It does exist.
And we need to get into that much
Is
more.
Twitter doing good, is it?
I think we've got like 2 followers on
Donald
it.
Trump does well on it.
Yeah. I think we've got like 2 followers on the Twitter and one of them is Alex and the other one is Zach Hasty.
Right, okay.
Good old
But
Zach.
Instagram is the one. We post a lot on Twitter and we get engagement on Twitter, but
Yeah.
no one actually follows the Twitter account.
Yeah.
Because there's lots of stuff on Twitter, you just kind of scroll through it and you go, okay, that's insightful, that's interesting. And if you want to look at stuff, like we post every day on Twitter.
Mm.
Every single day we post on Twitter. It's something useful, it's something different. And then sometimes we put the tweets on Instagram, but not all the tweets make it from Twitter to Instagram.
Mm.
You know, so it is useful to follow Twitter if that's something that you want to do.
Right.
But I feel like not a lot of people use Twitter.
No, I don't use it.
I feel like Twitter is more of a corporate social media.
Yes. Talking of corporate social media.
Yes. Talking of corporate social media, my LinkedIn is my most followed social media. It's not really. I don't have an Algo LinkedIn, but my LinkedIn is connected to Algo, and so is Alex's. So the two of us, you can go on. We have nearly like a shop. It's a service page on LinkedIn, and you can go through and you can order advertising jobs, and you can see resumes, all that type of stuff.
Okay, cool.
Brilliant.
Great. Adam Logan, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much.
Thanks,
Thanks for
Adam.
having me, lads.
How did you feel there now?
Not as bad as what you thought.
Good.
Very
It was,
good.
yeah, I'm still not a fan of cameras. And I wish the.
He has to say the catchphrase.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I thought this was off the air.
We're still on air. We're still on air. Ladies and gentlemen, Adam Logan. Adam Logan, final words to say.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, what's the
That was
catchphrase?
episode 53.
Oh, is there a catchphrase?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no, wait. Stay grounded. There we go. Stay grounded.
Alright.